Welcome to Little Steps, Big Gains and the 30-Day Stability for Mobility Challenge. Welcome to day 15. Can you believe it? Today marks your halfway point. Every day, there are things that are just coming to your mind that make you want to not show up. Like, I just don't want to do this. I want to stay in bed. I'm too stressed today. Not today. Tomorrow I'll do it. Yet, nothing has kept you all the way up here to our halfway point. Be so proud of yourself, not just for what you're doing, but who you are on the inside, the determination that you have to be here. All right, 6 exercises. We can do this. All right, let's jump in and get started. Sitting. Our first sitting exercise, bouncing. I'll explain. All right, go ahead, do a chin tuck while I explain. Chin that tuck. Tuck that chin in down. Give yourself that double chin. Ooh, not pretty, but you got it. So good for us. Okay, bouncing. This is easy to do if you're on a bounce, the TheraBall, bouncing. However, if you're on a chair, we're going to challenge the glutes while we do this, okay? Glutes are your butt muscles. Oh my gosh, those butt muscles are necessary for posture. If you have weak butt muscles, it's going to be hard to straighten up. It's going to be hard to stabilize your pelvis while you walk. Glute muscles are essential for posture and for gait. Absolutely. So we need them extremely more than we know. Okay, so the first one is if you're bouncing, bounce up, squeeze the butt muscles at the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you're sitting, just squeeze the butt muscles for me, okay? All right, that was 45 seconds. Okay, so if you're on a ball, squeeze and bounce. If you're on a chair, just squeeze those butt muscles, both of them. You're gonna go squeeze the glutes. Okay, now you're like, how many seconds? Okay, maybe start with 1 second. Build your way if you're in the chair, okay? Or if you're on a balance pad and you can't bounce, okay? Hold it for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. If you're on the ball, just keep bouncing. This is what the first exercise is in that research study, or not the first one, but one of them is bouncing. So we're bouncing. And like I said, we're modifying if you're on the chair, because that's still really good for you. If you're at the edge of a bed, a mattress, okay, you can bounce on that a little bit. Not easy, okay? Okay, mud prints. So we're gonna isolate one butt muscle. So you're gonna take one leg and you're gonna push it into the ground and squeeze that butt muscle. And relax. Squeeze and relax. So it's about a second or so. 1/1000 and relax. You can do this in your chair. You're pushing and squeezing. Push and squeeze. Try to isolate one side of the butt. Whew, this is not easy. I mentioned this, but what they do to figure out if a specific exercise isolates a specific muscle is they do what's called the MVIC, okay, maximum voluntary isometric contraction. They put electrodes on and see, does that exercise isolate those muscles? And they found that glute squeezes significantly, I think it's like 87 or something, really challenge those glutes. So they are effective. Let's switch sides. So do a mud print and squeeze that butt muscle. So you're pushing and squeezing. We're isolating that one side. If somebody's butt muscles, specifically the glute med, because there's 3 butt muscles, glutes there, they're a group of 3. The glute med, if you have weakness there, your pelvis is gonna drop while you walk. So you're gonna get this like drop, drop. It's called a Trendelenburg, okay? And if you drop, think about your side bending and your spine for back pain. Think about your balance, okay? So we don't want that dropping pelvis. So to address that, we challenge the butt muscles. So you're pressing and squeezing. Ooh, our butt muscles are gonna be pretty sore. but it's only 5 minutes of butts. About 5 more seconds. All right, back to bouncing. Whew. Bounce and squeeze. If you're sitting in a chair, you're squeezing both of those butt muscles. If you're like, this is easy, oh my gosh, hey, there's no upgrades here except for the fact that you're bouncing. Maybe on the mattress. That's the only upgrade because you're still challenging those butt muscles. It's a strength exercise. That is the upgrade. You're doing so good, by the way. This is not easy. All right, now we're gonna switch off between our mud prints. Okay, so press one leg, squeeze that butt muscle, and then squeeze the other leg and squeeze that butt muscle. And if your butt muscles are getting really tired, so are mine. Man, this is good for them though. And if they're getting super tired, you can take a break. You can always take a rest break. Whew, work your way up to 5 minutes of butt muscles. Not easy. Whew. All right, last set. Bouncing, 30 seconds, okay? Bouncing and squeezing the butt. Or you're on the regular chair, squeezing, maybe a foam or a balance disc, a mattress, okay? Whew. You're doing good. About 15 more seconds of bouncing and butt squeezes. Five more seconds. So good. Oh. That was our first sitting balance exercise for today. Sitting balance exercise number 2 is trunk rotation. While I explain, let's do a posture exercise. Take those hands, press them into your knees, your thighs straight down. Tighten your abdominals. Whew, that's great. And tuck your scapulas in back. Take those scapulas, tuck them down. Hold that position for me, okay? Press, contract, tuck. Okay, trunk rotation, we'll start with our windmills, okay? Take one arm up, around, rotate the trunk, bring it down and back, okay? And then switching sides. Got it? If you want, you can add the head turn to track your hand all the way around. You can always close your eyes. Find that right challenge for you. All right, perfect. That was 30 seconds. Okay, all right, our windmills, take one hand up, around, and down. I'm kind of running out of room, but you've got the hang of it. To really make sure you're getting rotation, you can take the opposite hand and squeeze it on the outside of the leg, inside of the leg. Push it against. You can also bring your feet close together if this is a little easy for you. Remove your base of support. Should feel kind of good. Opening, mobilizing that scapula and back. All right, next one, draw the sword. Take your hand, open it up, but we're gonna reach behind us to really rotate. Then we're gonna switch sides. Open up, rotate. Really doing great squeezing that scapula back and down. Posture exercises alone, scapular strengthening, glute strengthening, those can significantly by themselves improve our balance, improve our gait. Think of a stack of rocks, okay? If the top rocks are hunched over, then it's going to be that much harder to keep that stack straight up. From toppling over, right? Good, really rotating. Fantastic. Now we're going to do a chest expansion. Both arms are up. Open up one side of your chest, rotate, and bring it back in, and then switch. All right, so open up, rotate, squeeze that scapula in back. Try to turn your head so that way you can really get that rotation in, if you can. Almost done with this one, okay? All right, we're gonna modify our good morning stretch. Hands are together, up, and then take only one arm. Bring it around and down. Well, both arms, but we're just rotating. So it's up together, rotate, around and down. Up together, rotate the trunk, around and down. This is so good for us, so good for our posture, mobilizing everything, rotating. Almost done with our 5 minutes. Fantastic. We're going to do one more, okay? So good for us. Oh my goodness, fantastic. Those were our 2 sitting balance exercises for today. Standing, 2 5-minute standing balance exercises. First one is arm raises. I'm going to explain it to you while you do a posture exercise. That press. Take those hands, take the palms, press them into your thighs. While you do this, squeeze those shoulder blades down. We're challenging or strengthening those lower traps. Okay, I'm going to start your timer while you do that. Okay, arm raises. Level 1 would be on a firm surface holding on with one hand. We'll be doing all of these with one hand so that way individuals that are holding on can still participate. The next level, if that's pretty easy for you, would be to let go. Number 3 would be to close your eyes, and I'll walk you through this. Number 4 would be eyes open, add a head turn to whatever motion we're doing. And then the last level would be to do the head turn with the eyes closed. These can be done on a firm surface, a balance pad, a foam pad, so you can find that just right challenge for you. If that was a lot, I'll be repeating it as we go. Okay, that was your 45 seconds. Press. Let's jump in. The first one is just one hand, it's just shoulder flexion. Flexion, it means so your thumb is up and you're just going straight up, slow. Breathing in, breathing out, slow. It's gotta be slow. We'll do, I'll start your timer. You ready? Maybe you're holding on, maybe not. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, you can let go as a reminder. You can do your eyes closed. That's another reminder. You can do head turns. So you're following all the way up into a vertical head turn, down into a downward head turn, okay? Eyes can be closed while you do this. So you find that challenge just right for you. Some people around the world are doing this holding on, and that's amazing. Some people are on balance pads, their eyes are closed, their head is turning. That's amazing. Everybody is finding the just right challenge for their body. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So maybe you're on the other side. I can't turn my chair, but kind of imagine with me. All right, shoulder flexion, breathing in. Slow breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Right, at your own pace, your own challenge, as long as you're going nice and slow, pairing up your breath. All right, fantastic. Draw the sword. Hand is in the pocket. I'll do it fast just to show you. Open up the chest, stretch it out, bring it down in. Breathe in on the way up, breathe out on the way down. So here we go, breathing in, stretching out that chest, breathing down. We've got some posture going on here. All right, remember, you can always upgrade it by closing your eyes. You can upgrade it by turning your head, and you can upgrade it by turning your head and closing your eyes. Everybody is finding that right challenge. They're customizing this. All right, switch sides with me. Reposition yourself. I'm pretending like I'm turned around here. Breathing in, beautiful posture. Breathing out. That scapula in back is squeezing back. And now it's coming in and it's curling around. Moving, beautiful. All right, our last movement is the good morning stretch with one hand. Up, around, and down. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. All right, eyes closed. Add a head turn, up, around, and down. You find that challenge, okay? We're already switching up, around, and down. These 5 minutes, they just fly by. Oh my gosh, that flew by. That was our first static standing balance exercise. Our second standing balance, eyes closed. Do a chin tuck while I explain this, please. Chin is back and down. You know what you're doing. Give yourself that double chin, starting the timer. Okay, maybe you've been doing eyes closed. Remember, there's educational videos in the description on these sensory systems and why we're doing this. We're taking away the visual system and forcing the brain to use the bottom of the feet instead. All right, ways to make this easier. Go ahead, maybe let go for 1 second and then hold on. 1 second, maybe make it 2, 3, 5, work your way up. People that are getting the hang of this, put your feet together. Go ahead and add a head turn. Left, right, up, down. Not easy. And then maybe stand on a balance pad. Okay, 5 more seconds. All right, here we go. That was 45 seconds. So get in position. Eyes are closed. Maybe you're just closing them for a second, 2, 3. That's amazing. Maybe your feet are together. That's amazing. Maybe you're turning your head with your feet together. That's amazing. Maybe you're standing on a balance pad. That's amazing. Find that just right challenge for you. This is not easy. Remember, you're standing on mud. Your heels are not sinking into the mud, and your toes aren't. Finding that center, that default position. Make sure your core muscles are activated. They're not just hanging down. Activate those core muscles. Remember your posture. Once again, if this is getting easier, put your feet together and stand with your eyes closed. You're doing excellent. I'm just letting you focus. Try not to get frustrated if this is difficult, because it is difficult. Our brain should only be using our eyesight for 10% of its information, just 10. So if we close our eyes and take away that visual input, we really shouldn't be swaying that much. So if we are, that means we're really visually dependent. We need to remove that visual dependency. Force our brain to relearn the information from the bottom of the feet instead. But it's a learning process. That's why it's 5 minutes. It's a learning process. A retraining. Doing great. The skilled therapy term for this is called sensory reweighting. We're reweighting the sensory systems. We're almost there. Now, if you're turning your head, you're also removing or challenging your vestibular system. That's the third sensory system. We have our eyes, our somatization, and our vestibular system. So you're really doing some sensory reweighting, and that is not easy. Really focus, okay? If it's getting boring for you, take it to the next level. Know that this is so good for you, so good for us. Sensory reweighting. 5 minutes of it can make a big difference over time. Just 5 minutes of sensory reweighting. We're down to our last 30 minutes. Wow, fantastic job. Good old 5 minutes of sensory reweighting, so good for us. Great job. You finished our second standing static balance for today. Stepping. All right, our first stepping exercise are our lunges or clock stepping. Okay, while I explain, give me a robber. I surrender. Thumbs are back. Thumbs are down and back. Hold that position. All right, you start your robber. Clock stepping lunges. Maybe you're holding on, maybe you're letting go, maybe you're just stepping. Heel toe, fantastic. Maybe if you want to take it to the next level, you're lunging, okay? Dropping the back leg. All right, that would be a front, okay? Dropping the back leg. Now remember power. So if you do a lunge, power back. Okay, let me do it this way. Lunge, power back to center. Okay, you've got your upgrades, you've got your downgrades, 2.5 minutes on each side. All right, that was a 40-second robber. Let's go ahead and get started. So you're just gonna go forwards, power back. 1 o'clock, power back. Make your way around that clock. Try to power back to center. So you're not stepping and kind of making your way back in. Try to power back. To take it to the next level, add that lunge. Try not to hold your breath. So breathe out and push. Breathe in, out. You're finding that just right challenge. Maybe you're holding on. Remember, if you're stepping, heel and then toe. Doing so good. We're getting all directions when we do that clock. We have 30 more seconds. All right, switch sides. Maybe you're holding on. That's great. Switch sides with me. 2.5 minutes in the other direction. I'm gonna have to turn. Good. Remember your power back to center. Those power muscle fibers. You're doing so good. We've been doing a lot of ankle strategies. When we lose our balance, we also need our stepping strategies. You need to be able to step, keep your balance, and push yourself back to center again. So good for us to reduce our risk for falls. We're less than a minute. We're at our 30-second left mark, okay? I'm constantly moving because I'm out of room here. About 10 more seconds. If you're doing the clock, maybe finish till you get to 6 o'clock. We hit our 5-minute mark. Oh my gosh, fantastic job. That was our first stepping exercise for today. Dynamic balance number 2, floor touches. While I explain, press those hands down and back. So press, squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Strengthen those lower traps, okay? Start your timer on that. So good for us. Now floor touches, the easier way to do it is holding on, maybe only going halfway. Harder, letting go. More difficult, getting all the way down to the floor. Stick your butt out first, like you're gonna sit into a chair. It has to go butt first to protect your knees. Butt, then knees, coming down, coming back up. Squeeze your butt muscles. If that's easy for you, do it with your eyes closed. You can do this with me. All right, I'll give you upgrades and downgrades. We'll mix it up. We're not just gonna do that for 5 minutes. I'll change it up. Okay, that was 45 seconds. Perfect. Okay, find that just right challenge for you. Well, we restart our timer here. Okay, let's go. You're doing great. Remember to stick your butt out. Protect your knees. Your knees should not be going over the toes, so we're not doing this, okay? Knees should not go over the toes. Man, we're gonna have a great leg workout today. All right, legs, balance, whew. All right, fantastic. Give those legs a break. We're gonna give ourselves a hug, round the shoulder blades, and then come back up for a robber. All right, thumbs are facing back. Hug, robber. If this is easy for you, close your eyes and tuck your chin. Come on back. Eyes are closed, tuck the chin. Come on back, that's an upgrade. Of course, even by itself, this is not easy. What you're doing is at least strengthening those posture muscles. You can add a chin tuck at the end. Kind of giving our legs a little bit of a break before we jump back in. Because floor touches for 5 minutes is not easy. All right, but we're gonna go back to them. Okay, so now if you're doing it with one hand, that's great. Go down as far as you can. And then we're gonna go into a Y. Both hands, no hands. Touch the floor, up into a Y. Touch the floor, or your knees, or you're doing a squat. Maybe you're doing it with your eyes closed. It's all fantastic. Great leg workout, good posture. Fantastic for our balance. We're really challenging our vestibular system, so we're still doing sensory reweighting. However, we're challenging a different sensory system, the vestibular. Fantastic. Give our legs a break. Go ahead, go back to that hugging and that robber. Eyes open, eyes closed, head turns. We want the balance to be able to stand up tall without tipping back, right? You're doing so good. It's also really good that we're rounding our shoulder blades, giving yourself that hug. That's called protraction of the scapulas. Really good to address scapular winging, if your scapulas kind of wing out. Okay, our last set, there'll be of our touching the floor. Okay, and we go into a good morning stretch, up, around, and down. It's still great if you're holding on. Up, around, and down. Okay, find that right challenge. So you're holding on, you're letting go, you're doing it with your eyes closed, you're finding the right challenge. Just for you. We're almost there, okay? Getting a good leg workout in too. Make sure you're sticking your butt out. Ah, fantastic. Oh, that was our second dynamic balance for today. Congratulations, you are over halfway there. You finished day 15. You are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't know if you're an exercise person or not an exercise person, but either way, you have jumped in this and you're taking it seriously. You are here to make change in your life. Be so proud of yourself for that, your determination. All right, please come back. You can do this. Don't let those obstacles get in the way. Show up with me, all right? Little steps together. We can make some big gains.